Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're peeling back the curtain a bit on the SS Belleza International pageant system.
Yeah, we're moving past maybe the usual stereotypes.
Definitely. We want to explore the real vision, the driving force behind it.
And we've got some good sources.
Yeah.
An interview with the founder, Esbeidi Crumbaker, from world-class Beauty Queens magazine,
Right?
and also a chat she had on the Behind the Crown podcast.
So if you've ever been curious about how these kinds of global platforms actually get built.
Or maybe, you've noticed the conversation around female empowerment changing things, even in places like pageants. Well, this deep dive should be pretty interesting for you.
Yeah, we're aiming to figure out what makes SS Belleza International, well, different. What's the story behind it?
And it really starts with the founder, Esbeidi Crumbaker. She's the president and CEO.
And her idea from the get-go was about shaking things up.
Right.
Not just the usual pageant focus.
Exactly. It wasn't just about, external beauty.
Okay.
The system was founded back in 2018. And the core belief right from the start was that true beauty, the real deal, comes from within.
So more focused on the person.
Yeah. Personal growth, empowerment, leadership skills.
Yeah.
That's the foundation.
Okay, so let's dig into that origin. What actually sparked this for Esbeidi? Where did the idea come from?
Well, from what we gather, she's had this, long-term passion for empowering women.
Makes sense, given the pageant's focus.
Definitely.
Mm.
And she looked around at other pageants and felt, many of them seemed heavily weighted towards just the external side of things.
The traditional view, yeah.
Exactly that. And she really wanted to build a platform that celebrated what she calls the inner qualities.
Like what specifically?
Things like, heart, mind, spirit, the whole person.
Was there a key moment, something that really clicked it into place for her?
There seems to have been, yeah. She talks about meeting a young woman who'd been told she wasn't beautiful, made to feel, less than.
Oh.
And as Beatty described that as a real turning point, it sort of solidified her mission to redefine what beauty means in pageantry.
And that led to founding SS Belleza International in 2018.
That's the timeline, yeah. With this really different vision at its core.
So it wasn't just about the crown at the end.
Not at all. It was about building a system, a framework, where personal development, leadership, community service, those were the central pillars, and also creating a real sense of sisterhood among the participants. That was crucial.
Okay, so a much broader scope than just a competition. What were those early goals when she was setting it all up?
The initial vision sounds really clear. Empower, support, and genuinely celebrate women for who they are.
Authenticity.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the goals went way beyond just, looking good on stage. Leadership was huge, making a real impact in their communities, and that deep personal growth aspect.
So equipping them for life, essentially, not just the pageant weekend.
Absolutely. Big emphasis on building real bonds, real connections, and using that platform for, doing good.
And that mission continues.
Seems so. She talks about it as an ongoing thing, giving women the tools they need to succeed, both on the stage and, importantly, off it.
Let's talk a bit more about Esbeidi Crumbaker herself. What else do we know about her background?
Well, she proudly identifies as a Mexican woman, and this passion for helping others really seems central to her identity.
Okay.
She also comes across as quite adventurous loves, exploring different cultures, trying new foods. Latin dance is mentioned.
That's very vibrant.
Definitely.
Yep.
And community seems really important to her personally. She's involved in charity work.
Right.
And sees herself in multiple roles.
Yeah.
A mom, a friend, a mentor, always trying to inspire and empower people.
It fits the pageant's philosophy.
It really does. Her core belief seems to be about giving back, helping others reach their potential. And
she puts a lot of weight on education too, right? Why is that so important in her view?
Yeah, education is key for her. She sees it as fundamental to empowerment. Well, it gives women the knowledge, the skills, and crucially, the confidence to actually go out and make a difference.
Right, the tools to act.
Exactly. And she feels her own education was vital in building a solid foundation for SS Belleza International, helping it grow and evolve.
So when she talks about women's empowerment in this context, what does that actually mean to her?
For Esbeidi, it's about actively creating opportunities, helping women overcome challenges, reach their full potential.
Okay.
It's about building an environment, a supportive space where women feel confident, have the tools they need to chase their dreams, break down barriers.
It's quite a holistic view.
It is. It covers self-worth, leadership ability, and also that ability to inspire other women.
That ripple effect.
Precisely.
Mm.
She really believes every woman deserves to be seen, heard, and, celebrated for who she truly is.
It's interesting hearing her philosophy. What about her own first experience with pageantry? What got her involved?
Well, interestingly, it wasn't really about winning for her, apparently. She was more drawn to the challenge, like stepping outside her comfort zone.
Personal growth again.
Exactly. She saw it as a chance to build confidence, learn new skills, just grow as a person. She emphasizes the journey, the lessons learned, much more than the competition itself.
That's a refreshing perspective.
Yeah.
Now, the pageant itself, SS Belleza International, it happens in different places.
Yeah, they've held competitions mainly in Mexico and the USA.
Okay. Any specific regions?
In Mexico, places like Chiapas, Veracruz, Jalisco, Baja California, Aguascalientes are mentioned,
Yeah.
and in the U.S., California.
Why those locations?
Well, Mexico is a natural fit, she says, because of her roots and the existing cultural appreciation for pageantry there.
Makes sense. And the U.S.
The U.S. was chosen because of its diversity, its mix of cultures, which really aligns with their goal of being inclusive and global.
So embracing that international aspect is key.
Absolutely. They really push the celebration of diversity, welcoming women from, all backgrounds, all cultures.
Then encouraging pride and heritage.
Very much so. Cultural appreciation is a core value. It's about connecting with roots, but also uniting as this global sisterhood.
Honoring differences while finding common ground.
That's the idea. Shared values like empowerment, leadership, unity, bridging those cultural differences.
So what's the actual competition like for a contestant? How long does it run? What happens?
It usually spans several days.
Okay, so it's an event.
Definitely. And it's
Yeah.
packed. There are workshops, rehearsals, community service projects.
Giving back again.
Yep. And also specific activities designed for bonding, just getting to know each other. It's meant to be a period of real growth, personally and professionally.
And I heard something about sightseeing, too. Is that part of it?
Yes, absolutely. They
Right.
build that in. They want the experience to be more than just competition prep.
Right.
So they arrange tours, chances to explore the host city, experience the local culture. It helps with bonding, creates memories.
Nice touch. So when it comes down to the judging, what are they looking for beyond the obvious?
It's definitely not just about appearance. Key criteria include confidence, communication skills.
How they carry themselves.
Exactly. Also, leadership abilities, their involvement in the community. They assess poise, presence, how they shine, both on stage and, importantly, off stage, too.
So finding someone ready to lead.
That's the focus. Identifying women who are poised to make a real impact.
And who does the judging? How are they picked?
They seem pretty careful about selecting judges. They look for people who align with those core values: empowerment, leadership.
Makes sense?
So the panels often include people from different fields: business, entertainment, philanthropy.
A mixed perspectives.
Right, to ensure a well-rounded view of what makes a true leader today.
It sounds like a really comprehensive experience overall. What's the main takeaway for someone who participates?
It's consistently described as this incredible journey, much more than just a contest.
Right.
Contestants get access to mentorship, those workshops for skill building, and opportunities for community outreach.
Practical stuff.
Very practical. The whole thing is designed to be transformative, really empowering these women as leaders and change makers.
And we touched on this, but the charity aspect seems really central.
It absolutely is. Giving back isn't just encouraged, it's like woven into the fabric of the system.
How so?
Contestants are expected to be actively involved in charitable work. There's a particular emphasis on supporting young girls and women.
Paying it forward.
Exactly. It's part of their identity. They see their contestants, their queens, as leaders, making a tangible, positive difference.
And running all this, providing prizes, sponsors must be important.
Oh, hugely important. Esbeidi is very vocal about her gratitude for sponsors.
Understandably.
Their support is what makes these opportunities possible and helps extend the pageant's reach globally. She mentions prizes like vacations, evening gowns, spa services, various classes, even modeling courses.
Tangible rewards. It's great to hear about the impact. Are there specific success stories of past winners? What have they gone on to do?
Yeah, some really inspiring ones. Freya Guzman's the 2022 winner.
Oh.
She launched her own scholarship program for underprivileged girls, education-focused.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And Arusli Renteria, the 2023 winner, she's become a motivational speaker, really focusing on helping women embrace their self-worth.
Using the platform effectively.
Exactly. As Beatty emphasizes that their queens build lasting legacies. But she also stresses that, in a way, everyone who participates is a winner because of the work they put in and the growth they experience.
That sense of community seems strong. Do they do things together after the main competition? Fun events?
They do. There's an annual leadership retreat, for example, held in Jalisco, Mexico.
Okay, bringing people back together.
Yeah, and various charity events, community outreach programs they do collectively. It's about celebrating achievements, creating memories, but also continuing that focus on giving back together.
Looking ahead now, what's next for SS Belleza International? Plans for, say, 2025 and beyond?
You've got big plans. Expansion is definitely on the agenda, reaching more countries.
Going more global.
Right. And introducing new initiatives, specifically focused on education and empowerment. Continuing to create opportunities for women to lead and inspire.
So building on the current foundation.
Exactly. Connecting women globally, strengthening that sisterhood she talks about.
When she looks back eventually, what does Esbeidi want the legacy of this pageant system to be?
Her hope is that it's remembered as something that truly transformed lives.
A real impact.
Yeah, a legacy of empowerment, confidence, positive social change, inspiring women everywhere to lead, to love, to give back.
Yeah.
Basically, creating this network of changemakers who carry the mission forward.
It's a powerful vision, and if someone listening is inspired, if they feel like this resonates with them, how can they get involved?
Well, Esbeidi basically puts out an open invitation.
Yeah.
If you're a woman ready to lead, grow, shine, she encourages you to join.
Okay.
Applications for the next competition are apparently open now. And she provided contact details.
Okay, Andy.
Yeah, phone number 760-681-2147 and an email, sbmix2017@gmail.com.
Great. So, wrapping up our deep dive here, it really seems like SS Belleza International, with Esbeidi Crumbaker at the helm, represents a pretty significant shift in pageantry.
Definitely. That focus on inner strength, leadership, community impact.
Yeah.
It really moves beyond just traditional beauty standards.
It's clear it's built on a strong vision, a real commitment to empowering women from all sorts of backgrounds.
And hopefully for you listening, this gives you a clearer picture of the dedication and the values that can power an organization like this.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that empowerment shows up in lots of ways.
And that focusing on the whole person, that holistic growth, can really lead to meaningful change for the individuals and for their communities too.
So as you think about Esbeidi's vision, here's something to chew on. Where else in life could this kind of inside-out approach, focusing on inner qualities, on purpose, lead to maybe more profound, more lasting positive change?
Yeah, what does beauty from within actually look like in action out there in the world?
We rise and shine, together we are the fire divine.
hearts of gold and dreams of fire. We lift each other, reaching higher. This is my tribe where courage lives, a sisterhood that always gives. With heads held high, we claim the skies. In unity, our spirits rise. This is my tribe, my strength, my grace. Together we light up this place. In every heart, the world can see my tribe, my family. My tribe, my strength, my grace. Together we light up this place. In every heart, the world can see my tribe, my family.